Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Retro Gaming Corner. Today I'll be showing you my Sega Genesis collection and my Sega Master System collection. Let's get started. These aren't huge collections, but they're fairly decent. So let's get started here. First up, the ones I'm showing you are complete in box. And let's get started. Sega Genesis game, Techno Cop. Really cool game. I love this on the Commodore 64. You're kind of in a car, and you're driving, chasing criminals down. You actually get out of the car, and you chase them into buildings. Very graphic. Bodies explode. Not suggested for children under 12. Ooh. But I really like this game, Techno Cop. I played this on numerous systems, but mainly on the Commodore 64. That is complete, and that's Techno Cop. Next up is Road Rash 3. What can I say? Love the Road Rash series. This is the third one in the series. Again, that's complete in box. And you can see here. Out of the three Road Rash games, I think I like Road Rash 2 the best, in my opinion. But all three of them are good, though. That's Road Rash 3. Next up is Jurassic Park, or Jurassic Pork. I'm kidding. Jurassic Park, an average game. Kind of an action-adventure game. That is complete in box. Next up is, for the Genesis, Miss Pac-Man. And no instructions, cartridge and box on that one. That's Miss Pac-Man. Next up, Eco, The Tides of Time. I used to like these when I was a kid. Trying to play them now, kind of lost interest. I was blown away with the graphics at the time. And there was I believe 2 or 3 made for the Genesis. I could be wrong. The Tides of Time, but I believe this is the original, the first one. I'm not sure. Kind of a cool game. But again, I enjoyed it more when I was younger. Next up, a classic, had to have this. My parents were shocked and appalled when I played this game. Mortal Kombat, what can I say? This is for the Genesis. I prefer this on the Super Nintendo. I just think the graphics are a little bit crisper, although I like this version. That is complete. That is Mortal Kombat. Next up is Mortal Kombat 2. Johnny Cage Fight by Acclaim. Here you go right here. This is complete. I'm sure everyone knows about the Mortal Kombat games. Not a great karate type of person myself with these karate type games, but I do enjoy getting my ass kicked on these. But that is Mortal Kombat 2. Next up is Road Rash 2. Again, these are Sega Genesis games. Obviously, what can I say? A great game in the series. A lot of fun. Riding a motorcycle and bashing people over the head. What's better than that, right? And that is complete in box, and that's Road Rash 2. Next up, Paperboy 2. By Tengen. That is complete in box. And that is the sequel to Paperboy. Paperboy 2. Twice the fun, double the excitement. 1 to 2 players in that one. Not a bad game. Yes, I do have a few sports titles here. One of them, Hardball 3 by Accolade in the weird cardboard box. Not a bad baseball game, but it's kind of like in the box there. No instructions, but it did have the box. So That is Hardball 3. Triple Play 96 by EA. No, I did not pay $29 for it. That was KB Toys probably a long time ago, but it is complete in box. Next up, Dragon's Revenge, which is awesome if anybody's familiar with the TurboGrafx game, pinball game. This is a unofficial sequel to it called Dragon's Revenge. The Devil's Crush was the TurboGrafx 16 game, which I have. It's my favorite TurboGrafx game of all time, and it's going through the roof on eBay. But this is Dragon's Revenge, and it's kind of like the unofficial sequel, sort of the TurboGrafx game. But that's Dragon. I love pinball games for home consoles. This game's a lot of fun. I like it. Next up is a duplicate of Mortal Kombat, which it's in better condition than the other one. It's not sun bleached or whatever. So that's why I picked that one up. It was really cheap. And this one's complete with everything. The ads, posters, and everything. Next up is a game. Not a big fan of this game. I don't think it's that well done. Is Young Indiana Jones. Mez a mez. I'm a sucker for Indiana Jones games, but this one's just... I don't really care for it. Complete box. Next up is Evander Holyfield Real Deal Boxing. Kind of a fun boxing game. Not bad. That's complete in box. Next up is Subterranea. Kind of a weird shoot 'em up game. Right there. And that's what it looks like on the back. Mez a mez shooter. It's kind of an underwater shooter or space shooter. I don't know. I don't remember. This one's been a while since I played it, but that's Subterranea. Okay, there we go. Next up is Eternal Champions. Kind of beat up case, a little bleached. A really, really awesome fighter, whatever you call it, game. MA13. That is complete. I will spare you the details. Paperboy by Tenjin, the first one. This is in the cardboard box here, like so. Kind of those weird ones. That is complete. These are the slide out ones. I prefer the hard plastic ones than over these cardboard ones, but that is complete. It's the original Paperboy. I love Paperboy on all different platforms. Have it for the Lynx, the computers, everything. So, next up, one of my top 10 favorite games of all time, Altered Beast. What can I say about this? This came packed in with the Sega Genesis when I was a kid. Little kid. It was awesome. Love Altered Beast. Rise up. But more, if anyone doesn't know about Altered Beast, it was an arcade game by Sega, ported to the Genesis and other various consoles. And I believe I have this on the Amiga too. Really good port. Kind of a action shooter. Action fighting game, actually. That's Altered Beast. Alright. Next up is the Fairy Tale Adventure by New World Computing. They ported this to the Sega Genesis. This was a favorite game of mine, and I did in a previous video gameplay footage on my Amiga 1000 playing this game. One of the very first games I got, my dad got when we were kids for the Amiga computer, but this is the Fairy Tale Adventure. Not a bad port. It's kind of a action RPG type of game. And that is complete in box. Some old codes there. That is the Fairy Tale Adventure. Next up is Star Trek: The Next Generation, Echoes from the Past. Huge Trekkie, love the original series, Next Generation, blah, blah, blah. Mes game. Complete. Pretty self-explanatory. Next up is a great game by Konami. Sunset Riders. Love this in the arcade. Great port. I got this at a swap meet for a good deal. The price of this game has really been skyrocketing, and that is complete. And that's Sunset Riders by Konami. It's kind of like a Western action game for 1 to 2 players, and a really good game. Sunset Riders. Next up, Sonic Spinball. Some people love this game, some people hate this game. It's kind of like a pinball type Sonic game. This is one of my wife's favorite games. It's got a mixture of some Sonic elements in it, but it's mostly a kind of an interactive pinball game with multiple levels, 1 to 4 players. You either like this game or you hate it. That's Sonic Spinball. It's one of my wife's favorites. Next up, what can I say? The original Sonic the Hedgehog. Not for resale. Classic. Love these Sonic games. So that's Sonic the Hedgehog. Complete. Next up is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Not for resale. Sequel to it. Again, Sonic obviously being the Sega Genesis mascot. Or Mega Drive if you're over in Europe. But that's Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Next up is Jewel Master. Interesting kind of, I don't know how you would describe this, kind of a action RPG, maybe? That's Jewel Master. I kind of like this game. This game grew on me. I got this on vacation up in Cape Cod at a tag sale. Dirt cheap. This game grew on me. I really enjoyed this game. Next up is Alien 3 by Arena Entertainment. That is complete in box. It's a fun game. Action shoot 'em up. Complete in box. I'm a big fan of Alien. I can't wait for the new Alien movie to come out. This is Warlock by Acclaim. A weird kind of climbing game. Mez. Like the graphics. Mez gameplay. Beware the ultimate evil of Warlock. So that's that. Not a bad game, but next up, Urban Strike. Love this game. I'm a big fan of Jungle Strike, Urban Strike. Was it Soviet Strike? I don't know. There's a couple of them. Have them for the computers and various other consoles. This is Urban Strike, and again, it's the sequel to Jungle Strike. So, love these games. Kind of 3/4 view helicopter. Well, this one's fighter. And that is all complete in box. Next up, Virtual Racing. And with the SVP chip, Polygon Graphics, Incredible Speed chip. They had their own special chip. That's why this game's so hard to emulate on the emulators. Really, really good game. Virtual Racing. That's complete. Look at the size of that cartridge. It's huge. Virtual Racing. That's a lot of fun. I like playing that. And, Madden 95. Of course, you can find these a dime a dozen, probably for $1.99 all over the place, all these sports titles. But this was a favorite of mine in the series this year. It's Madden 95. That is complete. Okay, next are my unboxed Sega Genesis games. I don't have a lot. Again, it's not a huge collection. But first up is Hard Driving. Jungle Strike. Menacer, which uses the Menacer gun. Zoop, weird puzzle game like. A duplicate copy of Dragon's Revenge, because I found that boxed afterwards. Crew Ball, an interesting kind of a heavy metal type of pinball game. Extra copy of Sonic Spinball. Let me see what we got here. We got Sonic the Hedgehog. Again, duplicate, have that complete in box. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, complete in box. And this is a really fun game. Haunting, starring Poltergeist. That's a lot of fun. You gotta like scare people and stuff. I really enjoy that game. And also, what I got is because I don't have a lot of big Sega Genesis collection, is I purchased the Mega EverDrive Deluxe Edition, however you call it. If you're not familiar with that, it is a Mega Drive flash cart. So I have all my ROMs on there, all filled up to play on the TV. Again, I purchased that from Stone Age Gamer. Awesome. Can play all my games all in one shot. A great space saver if you have a limited amount of space in your man cave. What can I say? I love that. Play all my Sega Genesis games. This plays Sega Genesis Mega Drive games. It plays everything. It plays the original Sega Master System games. It plays the Japanese games. It plays them all on this one. This is the deluxe edition. And that's the Mega EverDrive. Alright, now up are my... Oh, I forgot one more. James Bond by Electronic Arts. That's a climber. Next up are my Master System games. And again, I do have Sega Master System console in my closet, and I have two Sega Genesis, an original and a Genesis 2 console. Just lazy, don't want to get them out. But anyways, first one is Penguin Land cartridge, and as for the Master System. Next up is Shinobi for the Master System. Next up is Aztec Adventure for the Sega Master System. These are all Master System games coming up here. Let's see. This is R-Type. Awesome space shooter for the Master System. And that is complete in box. I just love their bland instruction, faded blue manuals. And that is for the Sega Master System. Choplifter, classic for the Sega Master System. And there's a look at that. Everybody knows Choplifter, favorite game of mine. I love that. For the Commodore 64, that's my favorite version of it. There it is, all beat up manual in the game. Next up is Afterburner, a classic for the Sega Master System. There you go. 4 megabyte cartridge. Ooh. There you go. Afterburner. And next up is Outrun for the Sega Master System. And you'll notice some of these are cartridges and some of them are cards. If you're not familiar with the Sega Master System, these are the cartridges. And I'll show you the little cards. Let's see. Next up is Rambo First Blood Part 2. Mega cartridge. Oh, let's make sure I don't knock these over. Open these. They're so hard to open. That's Rambo. Complete. Alright, let's speed it up here, Gordo. Alright, this is a Sega card. Again, the Master System took these Sega cards and also the cartridges. You'll notice these are a lot thinner. This one is called Transbot. And let me show you. See? There's a little cards. Kind of remind me of the TurboGrafx cards, wafer cards. You put that in your Sega Master System unit. So they took those and they took the cartridge versions. Next up is Monopoly. I'm a sucker for Monopoly. I love Monopoly, playing that with the family. Classic. And that's complete. Next up is Lord of the Sword. A really fun game, adventure role-playing game. Sega Master System. There you go there. So, fun game. I like playing that. And another Sega card, Ghost House, for the Sega Master System. I'm trying to get it. Here you go. Ghost House. Again, this is the thin one with the... Oh, there we go. The card, no instruction manual, though. And that's Ghost House. As you can see. Okay, I think that about does it. Again, that is my Sega Genesis, my Sega Master System collections, and my Mega EverDrive that I showed you. And let me just pan out here and show you my games and Master System games. So I guess that's it, folks. I'm trying to go through all my collections, and then I'll get back to doing some game reviews and gameplay footage. Post, comment, and subscribe, and hope you guys enjoyed my collection. These games bring back a lot of memories to me growing up, and I hope they do for you too. And until next week, thanks for watching Retro Gaming Corner. Thank you.